What a life. What a day. What a fantastic, fantastic day. Good afternoon, everyone. It's Liam Neal here with the MU review for Manchester United's 1-0 victory over Manchester City in the Manchester Derby. Get in there, Marcus Rashford. We've done it. We've won the Derby. Oh, as you can tell, I've lost my voice a bit from shouting, mostly at the referee, partially at the goal that we scored, and then partially just, at the full-time whistle. Mostly at the full-time whistle, honestly. It was a real slog of a game. I've never been more tense in like the last 10 minutes than I was in that game, even though looking back on the game, Man City were garbage and we really should have deserved to win it thoroughly. But you never believe, really, do you? You never believe until the final whistle's blown, especially when the game goes that way and there are chances here and there. When they got players like Aguero and Silva and Toure, you can just turn a match on a dime. But we did it. We got over the line. And dare I say it, the top four is still just about on. I'm not getting carried away here, but it's still just about on. Anyway, we'll get into all that. The game itself, worlds apart, really was. Worlds apart from the first game against Liverpool, from the last couple of games, the game against West Brom and the game against West Ham. It was a lot more like that first half against Liverpool on Thursday. It was a lot more like that. We had pace, we had desire, we had passion. We looked like we were playing for the shirt. Like everyone out there knew exactly, what they were supposed to be doing and what was at stake. They knew that if they didn't win that game, our season was all but over. And they delivered. They fucking delivered at long last. And, I'm not going to say the fact that Fellaini didn't start was directly correlated to the fact that we won the game. But, I mean, I wasn't exactly upset when I didn't see him on the team sheet. It really was, from not necessarily from the first whistle, but more or less from the time we got our goal, a stunning goal, really. Mata playing in a nice ball to Rashford. Oh my God, Rashford put Demichelis on his arse, put him on toast. See you later, slots it in for 1-0. And it was just written in the stars, wasn't it? The local lad, Marcus Rashford, was in the youth setup at Manchester City for a while, has broken into the United first team. He went 5 games without a goal after those 4 goals in his first 2. He was due a goal, and my word, did he choose a great game to get the goal in. Really, really happy for the lad, and obviously happy for me as well, because I think it's mutual benefit when a Manchester born Manchester United player scores the winner in the derby. Absolutely sensational. First time since Paul Scholes did the same thing, albeit from the other end of the age spectrum, 6 years ago against Man City at the Etihad, and we don't win there often, so... Oh, just everything about this just makes me extremely happy, The thing that really threatened to completely piss on my parade today was that absolutely diabolical refereeing decision from Michael Oliver at the end of the first half. You know exactly which one I'm talking about. The Stonewall penalty, when Rashford once again put Demichelis on toast and got completely taken out. I don't know what Michael Oliver was thinking. I could see it all the way from North Carolina, and he was about 10 yards away on the pitch, and he didn't give it. It was one of the worst decisions I've ever seen. I think maybe, but since Demichelis was coming in and, his eye line, he might have thought Demichelis got something on the ball, but that's what the linesman for surely. In the UEFA competitions, they have those extra officials, the 5th and 6th official behind the goal. That would have been given all day long by a referee who was standing in the correct position. And Rashford, I mean, all credit to him, picked himself up, continued to have a go. And I mean, as the second half went on, I was fuming because I was convinced we were going to concede. It looked like we might concede. Aguero hit the post. There was a couple of goalmouth scrambles where we did get a bit lucky. But ultimately, given the fact that we should have had the opportunity to go 2-0 up, and knowing Anthony Martial probably would have gone 2-0 up from the spot right on half-time, it was only fair that we rode our luck a bit in the second half to get the job done and win the match. Thoroughly professional performance from the lads. Very impressed with the way we managed the game. I thought Lingard did brilliantly with that. There was a couple of occasions where he really showed a lot of maturity that he hasn't shown throughout this season, being such a young player with his first year really in the first team. And he showed really good awareness and skill on a couple of occasions there, as did Anthony Martial, who once again was just absolutely cold as ice. I thought he deserved a goal, to be honest. That's part of the reason why I'm really pissed off about that penalty, even though we did win the game. I feel like Martial would have stepped up and buried that, kept his run going. But City ultimately, I'm not going to, sing our praises too much, because like I said, I'm not getting that carried away, because just because we beat City doesn't mean we're going to beat the likes of West Ham, Spurs, or really anyone in the division. City were absolutely shocking today. I mean, I said back in my review for the Manchester derby in October, I said that City were there for the taking, and I've never seen City look more vulnerable since, since back when they were vulnerable all the time, in the good old days in the 2000s. Since they got taken over, they've been a force to be reckoned with every time we've played, and we could have turned them over in October or November, whenever it was, and we didn't, because that was when we were going through our patch of 0-0s. And today, even with a partial, even without a fully fit squad, sure, we did still have most of our players, but no Wayne Rooney, Schweinsteiger couldn't play 90 minutes. There were a lot of gaps in our team, and we still made City look absolutely ordinary. And I cannot, for the life of me, see why a team with that much money put into it. People talk about the $250 million that United have spent since Van Gaal have come in. City have spent 100 million more than that assembling that squad that went out there and looked like on a relegation form. They were absolutely abysmal. And with players like Silva, Toure, Aguero, I know Kompany wasn't in, and obviously that was a huge part of the fact that we managed to win this game. They were still just absolutely poor. Demichelis, one of the worst performances I've ever seen by a Premier League footballer. Absolutely useless, and you can tell that he's useless when his manager takes him off with the third substitution in the 52nd minute after they had 2 injuries already, and he gets taken off for a bloody, second striker, and then Fernandinho goes back into centre-back and plays far better than Demichelis did for the entire game. So it was absolutely shocking that City were that bad. I really thought that they were going to turn up and give us a good game, because they usually do get up for the derby, but these players like that, Pep Guardiola has got a hell of a job in the summer. People talking about how he's going to walk in and have instant success. I don't know, man. He needs to overhaul that club seriously. Like, that squad needs overhauling. Toure needs to get on his bike. He didn't look like he gave a shit today. And, with players like that, those are your catalysts. If they're not even giving a shit, then how are any other players going to? Demichelis, get him out the door. But anyway, I'm a Man United fan. I'm not going to sit here and break down everything that Man City have to do to fix their problems, because I'd much rather they didn't fix their problems. I'd love it if we could overtake them, get into 4th place, and have them playing in the Europa League with Pep Guardiola as their manager. That would just be fantastic. But like I said, not getting carried away. The top 4 is possible, but let's keep our feet on the ground here. Every single time this has happened for United this season, I'm thinking about the 3-2 against Arsenal, followed by the 1-0 against Watford at the beginning of the month. I'm thinking about the 1-0 away at Anfield. We go and bottle it a week later. Obviously we've got the international break now, which I think is good timing, because we can go in on that high, sort of get everything out of our system for a bit, and then reconvene after the break. It's slipping my mind who we have after that. I know we've got West Ham in the Cup coming up, and I'm still as pessimistic about that as I ever was. I do think West Ham not only are probably going to beat us, but they're probably going to win the whole competition this year. They look very dangerous. And we've got to play them in the league as well. We've got to go away to Spurs, who are challenging for the title. We've got to play Leicester at home, who are challenging for the title. We've got a tough run in. And I'd be amazed if we made top 4. I mean, City do look abysmal, but, they've got the players to turn it on and off, it seems like. And if they do turn it on at the right time, you never know. But ultimately, I reckon West Ham are going to be a difficult team. If City drop out, I think West Ham have got just as much chance to get into that top 4 as we do. I mean, it's been an absolutely crazy season, and 8 more games. Let's just see how it goes. I'm cautiously optimistic. I think that the chance is there, and ultimately going into this game, that was all I really wanted after the game. I wanted us to still be in with a shout at top 4, because I'm not ready for my season to be over yet. I'm excited for the Euros, but they're still 3 months away. I need something to get up for between now and then, and if United can keep themselves in the hunt for top 4 for the rest of the season, and maybe even pinch it in there, I'd be satisfied. It shows how much our standards have dropped here at Manchester United. My man of the match, Marcus Rashford. Take a bow, son. You're 18 years old, you've just broken into the United team, and you've scored 5 goals in 3 big games. Well done, mate. Well done. Honourable mentions going to Michael Carrick, Daley Blind, Chris Smalling, all fantastic today. Martial, all brilliant. Not a bad performance on the pitch in a Manchester United shirt today, compared to 11 bad performances by Man City players. But anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, like it, comment, share, subscribe, do all that nonsense. If you haven't enjoyed this video, thanks for watching anyway, Anyway, I'm in a much better mood today, so this video might not make for as entertaining viewing as when I'm yelling at my webcam for, a solid 20 minutes or so. But anyway, thank you for watching, and come on United!